Maybe they'll parody it on 7-Eleven, SNL. Oh my God, I'm losing it.
Where did you do your improv studies?
The 7-Eleven
down the street.
Dramatic Academy of Arts. What's up, friends? Welcome back to the Number 2 podcast. I'm Glenn.
I'm Simi.
And this episode is going to be welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for listening. We appreciate each and every 15 of you. If you have a friend that might enjoy this podcast, send them the link. We've been working hard on it, and we appreciate your comments, except for the politically motivated ones, but
those are always fun.
We're happy to see the engagement. Thank you. We'll take what we can get. How was your week, Simi?
Week was busy.
Busy. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
How was your week?
Good. Getting through it. It's really hot in California, so I am struggling. And I know it's hot everywhere else, but we're not used to it in California.
Yeah, we have an air conditioner in the living room and in the room.
It's bedroom. Or it's bedroom. It's miserable, and it's costing me a fortune. But when you get into your car, it's over 100. When you come into the house, it's over 80 because we don't have central air. So it's brutal.
Yeah. First world problems for sure. But it makes you angry. It makes you hungry. It makes you tired. Tired, I would say. It makes you a little bit more tired.
Yeah, not a fan. I mean, it's not like Vegas heat. You know how they're always like, it's a dry heat. But
we've been going to the gym, and then we've been going to the sauna as well. So we're doubling the heat.
We're doubling the heat, but we're committed. I think we talked about this in our last episode. But we are sauna committed.
Yeah, I love the sauna.
There's like all this science that talks about how good a sauna is for you. And I've known it for years, but now the science proves it. So
melt away all that hypertension.
Melt away the hypertension is the goal, to feel beautiful. What is up with the sauna behavior, though? I always think that's interesting.
I mean, which one? The conversations, the music playing out loud, I feel stretching, like the airboxing.
It's like, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out, but I'm not going to begin my workout till the end of my workout, where I begin it.
The sprawling down and like giving no one a seat because you're like laying down with the towel over your face, like having a nap. Sir, can you move?
The like mentorship programs going on.
The people wearing actual tennis shoes in the sauna.
Street shoes covered in feces in the sauna. Yesterday, I think a lot of people, there was a man with like a nasal inhalant spray. So it's like, obviously you're sick and you've come here to.
Oh, there was another woman who like pulled out a tissue in the sauna out of her pocket and started blowing her nose all crazy, which like I get, the sauna and steam room are supposed to like clear out like a lot of things.
Yeah.
But like we live in post pandemic. And if you're sick,
stay home. Like, or like take a hot shower at home. Like, don't come to the public sauna at 24-hour fitness.
Yeah. And speaking of 24-hour fitness, years ago, I used to work at 24-hour fitness, and it was a pristine place to be. There was super sports and regular sports and things like that. They had towels. I mean, you had people re-racking the weights. Now it's just after the pandemic, it's like, what's that one show that's on HBO?
Game of Thrones?
No.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, the 24-hour fitness is like The Last of Us now.
24-hour fitness is season 2 of The Last of Us. The cordyceps have arrived and they're thriving.
Yeah. I think yesterday one of the toilets overflowed in the locker room and the drains aren't draining. So it was just like a puddle of like,
and instead of anybody back there with towels or squeegeeing or mopping, they just put up its slippery signs and just no one was to be seen again.
And it smells like the Number 2 podcast.
I feel bad because there's a really nice guy that works at the front desk that always helps us. And you can tell like he got the job and he knew he could make a difference. And then he realized that working at 24-hour fitness is like war. Like you're fighting.
I know. The kid has such a good attitude.
And you can tell there's a difference, like in the customer service and the check-in process. Like,
oh yeah,
I think they're
anyone
actually
else that works there, you're just like, hi, bye. You know, like just no customer service. There's no acknowledgement. But this kid, he's just like, hey there, and he like remembers your name.
So nice. You can tell he's like
Yeah.
trying to actually solve the problems. Like the equipment has gotten a little bit better, but I don't know. Whoever runs 24 Hour Fitness, I don't know who you are. I assume you're some rich, horrible person, but maybe you're nice and you're just really bad at management. But like, it's bad. Like, it's bad.
And it's not just this one 24-hour fitness. It's like multiple.
Yeah.
It's insane how far down it's gotten. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, or you're not the only one saying this. I'm sure there's many people, because we all remember how 24-hour fitness used to be. I mean, I worked there. Like, I know the level of customer service that we had to have. As
I think it's
employees.
a California thing, because I've been to the one in Vegas, and like the one in Vegas, the equipment isn't new, but it's maintained. And they're not like cleaning, but it's clean. You know what I mean? Or they have like the spray bottles and stuff everywhere. Like this 24-hour fitness, it's like, well, the ones in LA, not just this one. I don't want to single it out. But anyway, I don't know how we got on that topic.
Just working out.
Our first real topic of this week's episode is we don't have many nice things in our lives right now, but we're trying. And we have this movie multi-level marketing pass. It's nothing but an MLM to... It's called AMC A-list. Like, I don't know why
and
I'm
you can't get rid of it either.
You can't get rid of it.
If you try to get rid of it,
you're banned.
They will ban you for life.
I had to go through the appeals process to get back into the AMC A-list. I mean, is nothing short of what I assume it's like to become a Secret Service agent. Like, it was so difficult. The emails with customer service that I had to go back and forth to prove that, like, I'm willing to go the distance to see a movie. But anyway, we're back. We've been back in for a while. And of course, like, they're making money off of us because we never go to the movies, because you can watch everything on streaming tomorrow. Anyway, so finally good movies are coming out, and we saw a good movie.
We did.
And it was called, I made a TikTok about it this week, but it's called Twisters. It's not called Twister.
Twisters.
Plural. I think I've actually slept on this for 2 days. It's not called Twister because Twister is a game. Do you think that's trademarked? Or do you think it's called Twisters because they were like, we can't call it Twister because that was the first one?
Yeah, it has to be called something else. It's Twister, either part 2, or if there's plural, there's 2 Twisters. So
there's
it's like
multiple Twisters.
And
a lot
sisters
of Twisters. Sister Twisters.
From another Misters.
And they wanted to be inclusive. They were like, we want lesbian Twister lovers and straight Twister lovers to enjoy the film.
They flipped it around too. No spoilers here, though.
No spoilers, but okay, so these movie studios are failing miserably because they're greedy, and they're finally hiring interns that understand social media, and they're marketing to everybody, including us. And like, the marketing for this movie was so good online that it got us to go. And I think it's making a lot of money. And I think without TikTok, like, nobody would care. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be another straight to Paramount Plus or whoever made it, you know?
Yeah.
But it stars this guy named Glenn Powell. If you haven't heard of him, he's like industry plant / like the new Tom Cruise, basically.
Yeah, he's like an in-between of, who did I say before? Paul Newman and...
John Stamos.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
I think you said Brad Pitt or something. Paul Newman, and I don't know. It's a combination of all of those leading men. He's like the new guy.
He's handsome. He's like, it's like charismatic acting. Like, it's not dramatic acting. It's like,
yeah. The main girl in that, though, she is
really good. She was good.
Very talented.
And like, the script, you can imagine like writing a script for a movie called Twisters. Like, interior, like, they hear the twister. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
She's like, I'm going to bring my dramatic
but
prowess to this.
They don't give her a lot like of backstory. She's just like, you know, it's like the smart, hot girl that has a dream. You know, like, the plot is, you're not there for the plot. You're there for like it's kind of like Independence Day. Like, Independence Day or Armageddon are like very good movies.
Yeah.
And they like try and have these overly dramatic acting scenes. But like, if you really think about it, you're like, I don't think any of this is realistic, like, in this situation, you know? Like,
I still think the first movie, though, like...
The first Twister?
Yeah. I feel
Helen
like...
Hunt?
It still didn't beat that.
No. That was like,
can this
iconic.
movie stand alone? Stand the test of time?
I don't think this movie will stand I don't think so. It's not that good. I think they could like grow it because it did well. You know what I mean? Like, there could be like...
Who knows if it becomes a cult classic?
But it's like, how many Twisters
Still too early to see.
It's too early to see. But anyway, so we went to see it. It was good.
Like, Are there really that many twisters?
There are. I grew up in Kansas. If you don't know, I have a lot of Kansas listeners. You guys know we have tornadoes.
So you're a descendant of Dorothy.
I'm a descendant of Dorothy, related, friend of Dorothy. But I feel like it wasn't that realistic in the movie because when there's a real tornado, we don't call them twisters. Like nobody in Kansas is like, it's a twister, a twister. Isn't that a song from The Wizard of Oz? I don't watch The Wizard of Oz in 100 years. A tornado.
It's a Twizzler.
It's a Twizzler. But when there is a tornado, the alarms go off, and the alarm is panic inducing. It's really scary. In this movie, they play an alarm, but it's not the real alarm. So I don't know if like they're not allowed to because it like is like a real, you know what I mean? Like
the alarm is actually like copyrighted.
It's like not copyrighted, but because it like is an actual like not trademarked, but it's like an emergency noise or whatever. You know what I mean? Anyway, and the other cool thing about Twister that you didn't know is there was a Twister ride at Universal Studios that I never went on, but we watched the YouTube of it. If you YouTube Twister Universal Studios Orlando ride, it's pretty epic.
What did the ride consist of?
And by ride, I mean it was a walk through.
There's a lot of wind.
Sales pitch, a lot of wind. They had the cow. They had great special effects. And then the only thing that I rode that was similar is when we came to Universal Studios Hollywood, so on the West Coast, when I was a kid, they had something similar, but it was from the movie Backdraft. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
About fire. So
if I were to make a Twister ride, it would be that spaceship ride that you go to at all those like carnivals that you'd go to, where you get in that spaceship and it just turns around and you just like stuck to the wall.
Oh,
people,
yeah.
Like go upside down and stuff.
And they'd have like scary projections or something.
You throw up.
Dun, 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 dun.
That would be my Twister ride.
Yeah.
It's like simple. Like you don't really need to do too much.
You don't need to do too much. It's crazy that America went through a season of films that were like natural disaster related. Like now all the films are like it's like end of the world disaster.
I really thought like 2012 was going to be it.
Yeah. But it wasn't.
We survived.
Anyway, crazy. So crazy. Blame it on the Wizard of Oz. Insane. What other topics do we have this week?
I was thinking about something. It's kind of an LA thing, but I thought it was interesting.
What?
And have you ever dealt with this as well? Because I find it hilarious. No, I find it chuggy. That like, have you ever been in a situation where, okay, there's a lot of people in LA and we know a lot of people in LA, right? We have like this network of people that like, you just know. And then you go into say, I don't know, a Target, and then you run into someone. But when you run into them, like you see them, but you notice that they had seen you first. But what they do is they like, as soon as you recognize them, they like turn away. And like they pretend as if like they didn't see you first. So then you have to be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And then they act like, "Oh, like I didn't see you there. Nice to see you too." Have you ever been in those situations?
Yeah, I think they lack social skills. I think that's what that is.
So there's a couple of things. It's like you either are a very awkward person and you're not that social, so you don't really want to say hi or something like that. Or it's like, in my head, I feel like you have like ego to where I don't think you want to be the person, or at least in LA, you don't want to be the first person to say hi to someone, which is always like weirded me out. Because me, like, I don't care if I see someone, especially if I know you, I'm going to say hi. Like, I'm not going to be awkward. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't see you first, Yeah. Have you ever like been in one of the situations? It can't just be me. It has to be someone else. Please comment if you've gone through something like that.
I mean, I don't think it's LA specific. I think anytime you see somebody that you haven't seen in a while, it's like,
and it's not even about seeing in a while. It's been people who like, I don't know, like I just seen or whatever, and you see them in the grocery store, and it's not even about seeing them and then like being awkward. It's just you definitely can tell that they had seen you first, but as soon as you like look over to them and notice them, they look away like super fast, and you're like, wait, do they not want to say hi?
Yeah.
Or are they just being like, weird like that where they just wanted me to say hi to them first, type of
Maybe.
thing.
I mean, you also like to play devil's advocate. You have like the greatest, like out of any human I've ever met, you're able to if you were playing Where's Waldo, you would find Waldo instantly. You know what I mean? Like you could do it. Like, because you can, like, we can be at Disneyland where there's like 20,000 people in a group and you're like, look, that's so-and-so. And you're like, what? Like, I think a lot of people are in their own world. You know what I mean? Or they're just like socially awkward. I don't think it's intentional, but it is LA. So people have ego,
Yeah. I just always found that funny just because I'm never going to be that person to, and that's the thing too, is like, I think when you go up to people and you say hi and you're very nice, especially in LA, they think of it as a try hard, which like, I don't care how long I've been in LA. I'm still always going to say hi. I'm always still going to be nice. If you think I'm a try hard, by all means, think what you want to think. I can't make you think what you want, but I'm always going to be that person and I'm not going to change. Like, does that make sense?
100%. But a lot of people like to play devil's advocate again. Like, I'm always the other person. Like the other day I was in Target and I was just like really trying to figure out the rice noodle. Like I was in the noodle rice section and I was just like, do I do this? And do I do this? And do I do this? And do I do this? Like, because I'm an insane introvert and also like not expecting to see somebody at the grocery store. And my friend Ryan just like showed up that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Glenn Haney. And I basically just didn't know what to do. But you
said hi though.
Deer in the headlights. Yeah.
And he's the type of person that, of course, he saw you first. So he came up and was like, hey, what's up?
But if I had seen him first, I would have probably panicked and gone down another aisle. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's intentional always. I think people are just like,
because in my head, I'm
nuts.
Just like, why are you being like, I don't know. In my head, I feel like they have ego to where they don't want to be the first person to say hi.
Yeah.
But it's probably not what I'm thinking. And they just have like social anxiety and don't want to say hi or just want to go about their business, which is valid too.
Well, my other example is I just started a new part-time job and I've already worked there. And there's a lot of people that still work there. I mean, it's been 10 years, but they still work there and they physically look very different. So like the clues aren't all there, but sometimes they'll give me eye contact and you're like, I don't remember your name. You know what I mean? It's like, I think there's people from college, I wouldn't remember their name. So it's also a secondhand embarrassment of like, I know you, like we were close, but it was over 10 years ago. And this conversation is going to be so awkward because like, I no longer follow you on social media. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's not like, I'm not going to have the conversation, but like, I'm also not going to like force it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause it's like, I don't know. It's just social, like.
True. I think I'm just the person, like if I see you and I recognize you.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm not going to be awkward. I'm going to go say hi or
100%.
Unless you're really like running away from me.
Yeah. 100%.
Can you just imagine just me just like running after you? Hey.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to take the social cues.
Maybe you need to take the social. No, I'm sure you're fine. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. Like, I feel like I've always had that problem. Like the other thing I always think of is when I lived in the city, like when I lived in Chicago, you don't drive. So you are on the train. You know what I mean? You go into businesses more because you have to use the restroom. Like you need to buy a water or whatever. You're going into work. There's a security guard. Like you interact with a lot more people. And then you will see those people in other places. So then that's where it's really uncomfortable because you're like, I know you because I see you every day, but I don't know you, And then it's like, do we have a conversation?
Like you don't really have a conversation just because you don't know the person.
True.
In my
but you do
scenario,
because they greet you. I don't know. It's just
but in my scenario, it's like you actually really know them.
You really know them, yeah. And it's like, bro, like, just say hi. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
I gotta say it's and I don't want to like single out a certain community, but I did originally move to Los Angeles to pursue dance.
Yeah.
And it's mostly like the dancer community.
People.
It's kind of weird.
Well,
maybe that's my huge network that I have of people that I really know, but like it was always that community that was like, that's kind of weird. But I mean, I kind of get it too, because in the world of Los Angeles and entertainment and networking, there are tryhards, and there are people who like don't try to build relationships. They really try to network, and it's just like not building authentic relationships. So it's always just kind of like,
so maybe they
what do you want
put
from
off
me?
by those people.
Yeah. It's like a pick me type of energy, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I remember that from the audition days.
So when people from like New York or I don't know any other place come to LA, they're like, people are so standoffish, and people LA people are like this and like that. It's like it's kind of for a reason, but I don't know.
That's interesting.
What did he?
I don't know. I have to be more observant. I don't know that many people in LA. Like, not very social.
I wish I didn't know as many people.
Yeah, I know. It's true. Wow. Anyway,
what's on one more subject that you?
Other topics we have are, I don't know, like I think that another good topic for the podcast today is just like general health. Like, since we've been kind of talking about that lately, I have like 3 boxes of vitamins, and it's out of control. Like, and they're vitamins that I don't even remember buying, but I'm holding on to them. So I don't know why I did this. Like, I don't know what I did, but I basically opened a store. Like I lined them because there's multiples.
No, we have so many vitamins that we look like a drugstore.
We look like
a vitamin shop.
And some of them are like, I was on a health journey, and then like I was working with somebody, or I saw it online and they were like, oh, take this, take this, take this. So then I like bought the pill tray and I put all the things in, and then I just never took it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. So then those were all ruined, and then I had all the bottles.
And it's like, does it expire?
Well, there's an expiration date on some stuff, but
does it really?
It's like, what is it really? Is it like grass?
It's not going to kill me.
It's not going to kill me. I don't know. So it's interesting. And it's like, I know vitamins are real. Like, I took nutrition, and there was like a whole thing on like vitamin stands for like vital amino acid.
Know a lot about
it's
like BCAAs and all that stuff. You need to teach me.
I mean, the internet. But anyway, it's interesting because as you get older, like you're told like it gets harder, and we're not old. Like, we're not saying we're old, but there's like, if anybody is under the age of 30, I'm 36. So that means 30 and 21.
That's really none of your business.
That's really none of your business. You know, and like, obviously there's people that are way older into their hundreds, and then there's people that are way younger. Like, you are not prepared, because it's literally like, even a year ago, it's like I could just, like eat like shit.
Any GLP-1 companies that want to sponsor this podcast,
if you want to give us Ozempic,
we are willing and ready.
Yeah, the benefits are insane. Cannot afford it right now. But I mean, it's unbelievable how your health declines like as you get older. You know what I mean? And like, we're not in like a great financial living situation, like as most millennials are. You know what I mean? Like, so environment is obviously like a big part of that, but we also try and take care of ourselves. We exercise, whatever. And it's like, we're not in horrible health, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like the amount of intentional work you have to put into it.
I know, when we were younger, it's like you did not care about anything. I used to do backflips and tumble when I was younger. And my gosh, I didn't even stretch. Now it's like I got to stretch to get out of bed.
I have to stretch to get out of bed. You have to like remind yourself to shower. You have to like, like these vitamins. It's like, even that is like, what? Like, because then you got to plan when you got to go to the bathroom. It's like, the
planning of the day is crucial nowadays too. To maximize your day and actually like get what you need to get done while wanting to get done what you want to get done when you didn't want to do the stuff before that. It's insane. Astronomical. And it's like, okay, I have to wake up this time to get this workout in, to like make sure that I'm done by this time, because then I have to work on this to get this done. It's just, time management is going to be super important as well. I don't know who we're talking to, who the audience is, if you're younger, but that's going to happen.
Coming. Like, you've been warned probably by your parents and your grandparents, but it's coming, and it's horrible. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no supplement. There's no...
Look, it isn't horrible, but life starts lifing.
Life starts lifing.
You got to start being grown and
whatever that means. Absolutely insane. Anyway, let us know your
growth journey,
energy, longevity supplement tips in the comments below, and we will probably buy them on Amazon. And in 3 years, I'll find the bottle again and I'll take one.
Damn it, we're influenced again.
Anyway, and the last topic of this week's pod is there was huge news this week.
Oh my God, what was it?
Joe Biden is no longer running for re-election.
Oh yeah, Kamala Harris.
And
that was a bad
Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Absolutely insane news. Unprecedented in history. Super big deal.
I mean, that's like letting go of your ego right there, you know, and putting the America first.
It reminds me of maybe they'll parody it on 7-Eleven. SNL. Oh my God, I'm losing it.
Where did you do your improv studies?
The 7-Eleven
down the street.
Dramatic Academy of Arts. It reminded me of that song in Hamilton. Remember when George Washington is like, he's not going to seek re-election, which set the president, and then they made the law that you can only run 2 terms, which is like the reason we don't have kings, you know what I mean? Or we don't have these like, you know, like...
Yeah, putting the country first.
Well, just putting like progress and change and growth and like opportunity before
in the room
power and greed.
The room where it happened.
No, it's George Washington's going home.
You say.
Love Hamilton. Thanks, Hamilton. When is there going to be a sequel to Hamilton called?
It's going to be called
Kamala Harriston.
No, it's going to be like trum da dum dum dum.
Yeah, well, we're still workshopping the name. Anyway, this has been this week's episode of the Number 2 Pod. If you like this show, give us a thumbs up, write a comment below, and share the episode with a friend. We are available on all major streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this. There's a couple other ones that I don't know. I think it's Amazon Music. That's just the audio, though. And if you really want to support us, there are some links below that are both affiliate links and ways to just give us money, because we need money. Otherwise, thank you for your support. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.